So Memphis Grizzlies just traded star forward Jaren Jackson Jr., John Conchar, Jock Landale, and Vince Williams to the Utah Jazz for Walter Clayton, Kyle Anderson, Taylor Hendricks, George Niang, and 3 future first-round picks. So let's talk basketball. Let's get into it. Let's yap about who won, who not, and yeah, let's get into it. So to start it off, I think the Utah Jazz pulled off an amazing trade. I think it was a good trade on both sides. I think the Utah Jazz won this trade for right now. The Utah Jazz get a former defensive player of the year, Jaren Jackson Jr., and he's a rim protector. They're also pairing him with their young duo of Larry Markkinen and Keontae George, as you can see their stats below me. And they're also pairing him with Walker Kessler, who is a very good big man, who doesn't have to be the first option. In the front court of Lowry, JJJ, and Walker Kessler is going to be dangerous for years to come, in my opinion. Kessler's only 24, Keontae's only 22, Jaren's only 26, and Lowry's 28. So this young core has a lot of time to gel together, with Lowry being the vet. And also, the Jazz get a really good backup point guard. The Jazz get backup point guard Vince Williams from the Memphis Grizzlies, who filled in for John Morant in his absence during a time in Memphis. And he did a very solid job. He would have games with 15.7 assists. He's not a superstar, he's not a star, he's not an all-star, but he's a good rotational piece and good backup depth for the person that the Jazz gave up to the Grizzlies. Yeah, the Grizzlies got Kyle Anderson, Taylor Hendricks, and George Niang. But my bright spot for them, alongside the 3 first-round picks, is Walter Clayton Jr. He really didn't get a chance to shine in Utah because Isaiah Collier was taking up the backup point guard minutes. But let's not forget what this man was. I think we all know what Walter Clayton Jr. is capable of. He is a March Madness legend, and I genuinely think this is a good rebuilding piece for the Grizzlies as they start to dump off all their star players. And a big part of this deal is Memphis gets three first-round picks, 2 2027 first-round picks, one being from Cleveland, Minnesota, and Utah, whatever one that adds up to, and then we got one from the Lakers, and then they get a 2031 Phoenix first-round pick. Memphis also created a massive $28.8 million trade exception in this deal, which is the largest ever in NBA history. And what this does, basically, Memphis can absorb a near-max player without sending any salary back to the team that they got him from. So all in all, I give the Jazz a B+ for this trade, and who they accepted and who they got in for it. I think they're building a young core. It just depends on if it's going to work out and if they mesh. And I give the Grizzlies an A-, only because their plan is to rebuild. They're dumping all their stars. They're trying to create salary for the future, getting future round picks. It's the end of the era of Memphis, but I give them an A- for what they're trying to do in their plan.